The Traveler. Gone. Should I feel humbled by this sacrifice? Relieved that it can't grant any more of our enemies the light? Lost? Without a god in whom I can place my trust? But what consumes me in this moment is the human loss. We've watched so many die for this war. And yet, those losses have given us insight and common bonds. We stand alongside more allies than ever before. Humans, Awoken, Elixni, even the Cabal. When I came to the last city, I looked up to the heavens for the hope the Traveler gave us.
Guardian, the Traveler is gone, but we're still here. It may seem small, but it's no less important under the circumstances. Despite your triumphs against the former Emperor, the Witness has transformed the Traveler and gone somewhere we cannot follow. Losses are no stranger to any of us, and I have long since known that the world does not obey laws of poetic justice, much as we might hope otherwise. It would be easy to look at the sky and falter. We cannot. We must take the time we have and make these losses mean something. Neptune is the best and only direction we have. Work with the Cloud Striders. Learn what you can about the Veil. A step at a time, an inch at a time, we keep going. With or without the Traveler.
It doesn't make sense. How are we still alive? Was the Witness only interested in the Veil? It appears to have created a link using ghosts and the Veil. The convergence of primordial light and darkness to open a portal. But to where? We should focus our efforts on the Veil and the trail the Witness might have left behind. If you need a moment, take it. But bear in mind, one loss does not equate to defeat. Keep fighting.
I wanted to thank you for bringing an end to what was once my father. I wish we had a moment of respite to celebrate our victory. Greater strife lies ahead. I will prepare the Cabal for the Witness's machinations, and when it reveals itself, I will once more be standing by your side on the battlefield.
Callus is gone, and the Veil is safe for now. I don't really know what victory looks like going forward, but I'm not gonna take this win from us. From Neomuna. It's weird not being the rookie anymore. I'm just Cloudstrider Nimbus. Feels wrong, like I jumped out a window without my board. There was confidence in knowing the buck stopped with someone else. For Rohan, when I met him at least, it seemed like he just took everything in stride. It was easy for him. I guess I'll get there someday. We're having Rohan's induction into the Hall of Heroes in a bit. Will you join us? It'll be great. Quinn will say something stuffy, there'll be lots of cheering, maybe a whistle if you want to get spicy. But I think he'd be honored if you were there.
This is Jisoo Calorando coming to you once again with a special guest as part of our continuing war coverage, the Cabal Empress Keitel. Your Majesty, thank you for joining us today.
We thank you, Mr. Calorando.
Most of our listeners know little of your people's history beyond your colonization efforts on Mars and the recent Red War with Earth. Tell me, what is your goal here in the Sol system?
We came to your system as conquerors, Mr. Calorando. While that was not under my rule, it is a banner I would have gladly waved.
And yet you extended the offer of a truce with Earth.
The Cabal say there is no road through war. Your direction must change with circumstance.
Ah, you're referring to the recent destruction of your homeworld.
Torabottle was consumed by the Hive and the Witness. And so now my people fight for survival in addition to glory.
My sympathies. All of Neomuna knows what it is to lose a homeworld.
I do not place much value in your sympathies, Mr. Calorando. They were of little value to Earth.
With Neomuna Civil News, this is Jisoo Calorando coming to you today with Cloud Strider Nimbus for updates on the recent conflict. Nimbus, thank you for joining us in light of the heavy burden that has recently fallen on your shoulders.
I mean, whole city's hurting right now, Jisoo. Rohan was my hero, same as everyone else. But the best thing we can all do is make sure his sacrifice means something. Keep this city safe.
And what of the Guardians? Have they helped maintain our peace and safety, or are they adding new complications?
We all knew the return of the Pyramid Fleet was going to be complicated, and I'm glad we had the Guardians here every step of the way. There's one thing Rohan taught me, it's that no one survives alone. We need each other.
Impassioned words from one of our city's great champions. Let us hope time proves them wise as well. This is Jisoo Calorando, signing off.
Today, we honor relentless Rohan, his service, his sacrifice. More than a protector of Neomuna, he was a true Cloud Strider. He cut his years short so that the whole of humanity may thrive far into the future.
Today we suffer, so tomorrow can live on. Oh, hey, Guardian. Induction ceremony wrap up all right? The citizens did a good job improvising. Traditionally, both Cloud Striders are there for the final handoff, but Rohan wasn't here, so... And if he were, he wouldn't be moaning about the past. He'd be too busy cracking open the veil, jumping through the portal, and knocking the Witness back on its multiple asses. You know, the Vex were working on a copycat veil. Oh yeah, Rohan stumbled on it in the Nexus, years ago. It was half finished then, but he was convinced that the Vex had the goods on the original. Goods we'd need one day. Just think! We wrestle the Veil's secrets out of the Vex and we're one step closer to kicking down the Witness's door. But first, we gotta track down Rohan's notes. So, what do you say? Help me follow in the big guy's footsteps? Hey, friends! Any updates? I got Osiris to help with the decoding, and... to tell you the truth, he's getting on my nerves. Keeps asking how I'm doing, giving me these weird looks, like... I don't even know what.
You won't have to endure it much longer. We just got a lock on the last data packet. It's... It's like it's inside a conflux. Okay, Nimbus, the last packet is on its... Wait, what's this pattern? Is this part of Rohan's notes?
What's it look like?
An hourglass.
And the notes mostly talked about a garden, so... Not sure I get the connection. Not yet, anyway. Let's regroup. We'll have the last packet decoded by the time you get here. Too risky. Since when were you scared of a little risk?
The Black Garden does not contain a little risk. As for this second veil, to the Vex of the Soul Divisive, it was the Black Heart.
Who cares what it's called? It's our chance to follow the witness.
Except it was destroyed years ago. Nimbus. I understand how grief can make one behave recklessly. But you can't...
Cloud Striders don't grieve. Death is just part of the flow.
Ah, Guardian. Perhaps you can convince our friend that the Black Heart is a dead end.
Hang on. If that heart thing was the same thing as the veil, then its blueprint can be our guide to the real thing. Come on. All we gotta do is follow Rohan's instructions. He's never steered us wrong before.
You're right. It's at least worth a closer look. But please, let the Guardian handle the groundwork. This city can't afford to lose another Cloud Strider.
All I heard was you're right, so let's get cracking! I'll send you a list of what we need.
Security, keep your eyes open. Utility lines are damaged in your area. Likely Cabal.
I'm picking up a lot of coordinated Vex signals inside this building, Guardian. Simulation technology, too. Like a digital version of the Crucible. Vex and simulations never work out well for us. We should investigate. There. That Vex portal looks like it's accessing the building's server. Whatever is coordinating this assault must be inside. It's interesting how the Neo-Muni value recreation. Even in the last city, with our struggle to survive, we have games and stories, and even the Crucible. Maybe fun is one of those things that makes you human.
However broadly they'd like to interpret the Cloudstrider's oath, their duties lie squarely on Neomuna, not in the Witness's playground.
So you convince them to follow the rules? That doesn't sound like you. Or Nimbus.
I have learned from my mistakes, you know. And I can see when someone is about to repeat them. Nimbus may think they're after the Black Heart's blueprint, but really, they want a distraction from their grief.
How'd they take it when you said that?
They weren't a fan of the suggestion. But they agreed to make the passkey and let you finish the job.
Check this out!
We're in.
Good. Any sign of the Soul Divisive?
Not a Vex in sight. You should be proud, Nimbus. Rohan's passkey worked perfectly. I guess they're still hurt over missing out on the action.
All the more reason for them to stay out of the garden. It has a way of amplifying such emotions till they blot out all reason. So, quickly and quietly now. Find the conceptual mind, grab its memory core, and get out.
Roger that. The Soul Divisive. How did they know we were here?
Focus on getting past them now. We can dwell on the how later.
Made it through. Though I still don't understand how that happened. Unless we tripped an alarm on the way in.
It's possible. Perhaps Rohan's passkey had a flaw we didn't see.
But why not attack where we portaled in? Why let us get so far?
Are you suggesting someone else tipped off the Soul Divisive?
It's possible.
It's also disappointing. Stay on task. I'll go check on Nimbus.
Looks like someone beat us to the next security measure.
Sorry, friends. I couldn't sit this one out. I owe this to Rohan.
You owe it to Rohan to do your duty as a Cloud Strider.
Like you know what it means to be a Cloud Strider.
Nimbus, how did you even get in without a passkey?
You know that conflux you found back on Neomuna? Let's just say those lasers were meant for more than just a light show.
Taken? What are the Taken doing here?
I don't know about your end, but they're slowing me down over here.
Be careful. If the Taken are there, you're in for an even tougher fight than we expected. I suspect the Taken have been sent to do what the Soul Divisive refused to cover the witnesses' tracks. Completely.
They're here for the conceptual mind.
Clearly, its knowledge presents a real threat to the witnesses' plans. We need that memory core.
Nimbus, wait!
No time to lose. Last one to the conceptual mind is a disappointment to Rohan's legacy.
As if they needed more cause to act rashly. Guardian, you have to catch up with them before it's too late. Nimbus, I know you feel you have to do this for Rohan's sake, but
Rohan is dead. I can't do anything for him anymore. Except live up to what he taught me. A Cloud Strider does whatever it takes to keep Neomuna safe. We don't hesitate in the face of danger. We don't let pain stop us. We let it remind us that...
you're still breathing, still fighting. Yes, I know. You shouldn't let pain stop you. But you can't let it propel you either. Trust me, that path only leads to more pain.
I found this. It's Cloud Strider tech, all right. Rohan probably ran right past this spot when he... Looking at this, all I can think of is how Rohan didn't need weapons or fancy mods. Sure, he liked his gear, but he didn't need all that to defend our city. To do his duty as a Cloud Strider. Just what I should be doing right now. You take it. Use it to get the blueprint. Meet me back in Neomuna when you're done, okay?
Osiris, we caught up with Nimbus. They're on their way back to Neomuna.
You convinced them. Well done, Guardian. Must be your way with words. But you'll need more than that if you're to reach the conceptual mind before the Taken. Don't forget what you're here for.
We're on the move. Taken are pulling ahead. Time to really let loose, Guardian. We can't let them destroy the conceptual mind. At least not until we get its memory core. There's the conceptual mind, and its failed creation. Or its god. Huh. I never really thought about that before. What kind of beings create their own god? And it's not even an original.
Happens more than you think. Something to ponder after the memory core is safely in hand.
Right. Focus up, Guardian. Conceptual mind is down for the count. Looks like the Taken have all cleared out. Why aren't they fighting us for the memory core?
I'm sure they were merely told to destroy the Black Heart's architect. I doubt they were aware its knowledge is the true threat.
You really think this blueprint will help us with the Veil? After all, if the Black Heart was meant to be a copy of the Veil, it didn't exactly succeed.
True. But even studying the failed attempt can lead to useful information. We won't know for certain until we open up the memory core, which will take some time, so hurry back. Besides, I'm sure our friend Nimbus could stand to hear some good news right about now.
Absolutely. On our way.
You got the goods. Osiris rallied a team of researchers while you were out. They've been itching to get their mitts on this. I knew you'd get the job done. Seriously, I don't want you to think I charged in there because I didn't trust you. I guess I was just after something else. Something you can't find in the Black Garden. Or anywhere else. I thought I had accepted death. That's part of the whole Cloudstrider deal, you know? Our service, our sacrifice. I'm not afraid of dying. Really. But I never considered what it'd be like to keep fighting when... And I know this pain is to remind me that I'm still breathing, but how can I when there's this giant hole where a person used to be? He didn't prepare me for this part. At least now I get why Osiris is the way that he is. I owe him an apology. And I owe you my thanks, Guardian. Thank you for everything. When you said you understood, I never asked why.
She saved me. As she always did. Throughout all the lives we shared, she was always my better. Just before she told me don't lose hope in the darkness. She must have known what I'd find here.
What was her name?
Sagira. As reckless as it was, I hoped the Black Garden helped Nimbus navigate their pain. Perhaps even find peace. I suppose I should have expected Ikora to recover any pieces she could of Sagira. To give me that same opportunity. There are still mysteries to be solved and a trail to uncover. Our assistance here must continue. I will keep a watchful eye on Neomuna. But for now I must depart. This seems a good time to return home, to those we love. We will likely need each other for what's to come, Guardian. Now more than ever.